Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Even though such a show would seem to be pretty narrow, Pawn Stars has managed to become a worldwide hit. The popular reality series, which is set against the background of the now famous gold and silver pawn shop in Las Vegas, Nevada, is all about presenting magnificent treasures and, more often than not, their acquisition. Let's dive into the topic of Rick Harrison from Pawn Stars' surprising net worth. Number 5. 7 figures. To say the least, Pawn Stars' business-savvy protagonist doesn't appear to be in any financial straits. Rick Harrison's net worth is $9 million, according to Celebrity Net Worth, which is a stunning figure given his humble beginnings. In the late 1980s, Gold and Silver started as a pawn shop, with Rick working there during the day and repossessing automobiles at night. When TV execs Brent Montgomery and Colby Gaines stumbled onto the Harrison family's local company, everything changed and it became a small screen fixture. As you might expect, Rick Harrison isn't the only one on the gold and silver payroll who is reaping the benefits of Pawn Stars. Richard Harrison, for example, had amassed nearly $5 million in assets before his death in 2018. On the other side, Corey Harrison and Chumley are valued at roughly $4 million and $5 million respectively. According to reports, the latter receives approximately $25,000 every episode. Given how popular he has become among fans over the years, history is wise to pay to keep him on the show. The pawn business is lucrative, but it pales in comparison to a lucrative television wage. Fortunately for Rick Harrison and his crew, as long as Pawn Stars is a force to be reckoned with on history's schedule, they'll be able to enjoy the income that comes with both. Number 4. Diamonds. Rick Harrison talked about being duped by a girl's best friend in a History Channel segment in 2010. A man dressed sharply was looking to pawn a set of diamond stud earrings. Harrison posed all the appropriate questions. The vendor provided all the necessary information and even had a receipt. Harrison contributed $40,000 to the cause. The cops arrived 3 days later. The jewelry had been taken. The jewels were returned to the victim and the criminal was fined, but Harrison was out $40,000. That was the biggest bust I ever had in the pawn shop, he said. Fake diamonds, according to the late great Richard the Old Man Harrison, have cheated him the most. Many pawn shops were tricked when cubic zirconia, a synthetic diamond doppelganger, first reached the market in the late 1970s and early 1980s. In a 2010 History Channel broadcast, Harrison claimed nobody knew about these and they tested as diamonds. Everyone in the business went out and purchased a number of them. He claimed to have squandered about $30,000. Number 3. The Wells Fargo Strongbox. Rick made the odd error of buying something he wasn't convinced about before having it verified in a 5th season episode called Corey's Big Play. He spent $450 for what he thought was a 19th century Wells Fargo safe, only to have his profits dashed by experts and show regular Mark the Beard of Knowledge Hall Patton, who described the safe as a pure fantasy item. It is one of the most falsified artifacts out there, Hall Patton said, twisting the knife in a bit further. The vendor then loaded the box with 2 ball and chain sets that he claimed were antiquities from the Yuma and Folsom jails. Still, Rick immediately identified them as forgeries, indicating that Rick should have realized something was wrong with the package. I believed it was bogus to begin with, the old man told Rick, but I let the trade go through so that I could have something to hold over Rick's head. Number 2. Lost at auction. If the world-famous gold and silver pawn shop cannot sell an item, they may always put it to auction to make a profit. According to the Indie Channel, Rick tried to accomplish this with many high-end artifacts, including a 1940s Indian motorcycle with a sidecar and a Vic Flick owned and played by Fender Stratocaster, which he placed up for auction at Julian's Auctions in Los Angeles. He was fined $29,000 for the motorcycle and $35,000 for the instrument, according to the report. Ouch! He may have struggled with other goods as well, as he claimed a total loss of roughly $100,000. Sold most of my items and it doesn't feel good. Trying to look for a silver lining, I just can't find it. I'm dreading going back to the shop, Rick said on the Rick's Roulette episode. Some people's children, right, old man? Number 1. The Jimi Hendrix Experience. Many clients bring guitars into the pawn store, but Rick Harrison went all geek behind the counter when a long-haired vendor claimed to own one of Jimi Hendrix's electrics. In a 2014 episode, he commented, "If this were genuinely owned and played by the legend himself, this would be the coolest guitar ever to come into my shop." The Strat was again on the market at the time of writing, but this time with Cowtown Guitars as its broker. Was Amoroso's specialty company a better match for Fender, or did he negotiate a backdoor deal with the pawn shop's customer? At their world-famous gold and silver pawn shop on the Las Vegas Strip, the folks at Pawn Stars appear to know everything. The squad has the wealth and personality to win store customers and TV viewers from all over the world, from muskets to coins, signatures to vehicles. No wonder Rick was so wealthy. Well, this brings us to the end of our video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. We will see you soon in another video. Until then, take care and goodbye.